On this image, you see it's a sunny day, the sun is shining. You see chemtrails also, unfortunately, but okay. You see a mountainous landscape in the background. There's a forest in the right also. There's a lot of green. And you see there's a gang of wolves over there and a sheep. The sheep is looking at the gang of wolves. And as you can see, the gang of wolves are many. So based on this, you would calculate and say the sheep is finished. Impossible that the sheep can defeat all those wolves. A sheep may escape one wolf, but escape a whole gang of wolves, you would say that's impossible. Now, physically, that's correct. I mean, a wolf has a physical advantage over a sheep. Not only in the teeth, but also in the build of the body. So, if you only look at that, it may appear as if the sheep is finished. But look carefully. What do you see there in the center of the picture? The shepherd. And the shepherd has his eyes on the wolves. He also has that stick with him. So he's ready to go after the wolves. And there's another thing you notice about the gang of wolves. There are around two. I'm saying there are only two wolves that are looking at the sheep. One a bit in the front and one more to the background. All the other wolves are confused. They're looking around, some to the ground, some to the air, some to the left, some to the right. They're confused, so they can't operate effectively. Any group needs to be united for them to operate effectively. So the wolves are in confusion. And because they are confused, they're not effective in devouring this sheep over here. So this sheep is in an advantage. He is on the winning side. But the sheep, if the sheep would only look at the facts and not at the bigger picture, the sheep would lose hope and the sheep would faint. Now here's the thing. The sheep may not be aware, but his shepherd stands right over there. And the shepherd is not a hireling that only depends on his monthly or weekly wage. He invests his life for his sheep. And Christ did that. And he is risen. So you as his sheep, his follower, you ought to walk in his resurrection power. That's why you walk by faith. And when you walk in his resurrection power, the wolves around you become confused. Normally, I'm saying naturally, you're the vulnerable one and they have an advantage. So they should be able to get away with anything they want because they're wolves. But because you walk in this power, any attempt of them against you backfires. And they just can't understand why things are backfiring. Just like on this image, see the wolves are confused and looking around them. They're thinking, what's going on here? Two of the wolves notice the sheep, but they can't get close to the sheep. Now the wolves will not realize it, but the shepherd is right over there. As a believer, you ought to be Christ-centered. Yes, you don't ignore the wolves. No, you don't pretend the wolves aren't there. That's denial. Neither do you become intoxicated with the presence of the wolves. No. You are centered around the shepherd. Because you walk in the power of the shepherd. You don't walk by your own strength. Just because you don't operate in self-effort doesn't mean you don't make any effort. You do make effort because you are operative, but not in your own strength. When you, as a sheep of Christ, walk in his power, you'll be the one confusing and devouring and scattering the wolves. And the wolves will not realize what's happening to them. They'll be confused, talking about you, looking around you, and eventually they'll flee from you. Didn't Christ say in the New Testament through one of the apostles that you have to submit to God, then you resist the devil and he will flee from you? And doesn't the book of Proverbs say that the wicked flee when no one pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion? If this was a lion and yet a group of wolves over here, you may say the lion may stand a chance, but this is just a sheep. But the righteous are also compared to as a lion in their boldness. Now their boldness is not based in their own strength, is based on their confidence in their shepherd. So know who your shepherd is. That's it for now. Agree with Christ and be at peace.